So there's this spot I've known about for a while that I finally went up and skated. It's basically this cement fence, which is like a property, or was, divider between this restaurant and this big parking lot. And I went over there and asked people at the restaurant if I could skate it, and they just said go for it. So I waxed it up and just had a go at it. I was trying to get some front no slide big spin fakies on this thing, but at the end of the rail you got this grass gap that you have to clear coming off. That's about as long as a board in length, and it definitely made things a little bit more tricky, because you're not just throwing a big spin and landing, rolling off on the ground. You got to like kind of shoot it out off to the side. So that definitely added a little flavor to the spot.
Session over.
So no dice on the first session.
It may be a race against time. Got some pretty big clouds above us.
So I went out there for a second session, just tried to get at that no slide big spin again. And I was just trying to figure out how I could shoot that big spin off far enough to where I wouldn't clip the grass. And it was working me. So I started to feel a little bit over the no slide big spin, so I ended up doing some awkward 5-0 on accident, and then just a little front tail. Just wanted to try to get something on it. Then I went back to trying the no slide big spin a few more times until I was out of water and out of energy. So that was the end of the second session. No dice the second time. So went out for session 3 with a couple of pieces of wood in my hands, and just figured if I can't get it over the gap, I'll just try and put some wood down and see what happens. As I was warming up, it started raining, so ditched my board and quick ran to the car and ended up setting the camera up in the car. Just did a little front board. And then once the rain stopped, brought the camera back out and tried to get the no slide big spin again. Ended up landing on one and rolling away sketchy into the fence. But I wanted to try and clean it up a bit, so I ended up trying for a little longer, and then ended up breaking my hardware again.
Broken hardware for the second time.
So that was the end of session number 3. Then I went out for the 4th and final session, and it worked out. Never skating that spot again.